You know what's really annoying? And I won't let you get away with it because, you'll show everyone up. But you've got DAZN upside down.
When we say we got the big guns, we got the big guns.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's a no-look pass? I know what that is in basketball.
Yeah. How do you stop Patrick Mahomes?
Go for the ankles. Go for the ankles.
Hello and welcome to day 2 of the Hurry Up in New Orleans. It is pre-Super Bowl week and we have been busy out here.
We have. We've been grinding. We've been putting in work. We've been mixing it up with people from the football world, which has been great. We had opening night as well, which has been amazing. How was that for you guys?
It was great. It's so exciting to be here. Obviously, yesterday being Monday, the start of a Super Bowl week, it was buzzing, it was electric. Obviously, the fans are starting to roll in as well. Seeing a lot more Chiefs fans, than Eagles fans at the moment.
Ooh.
But yeah, it was really exciting. And hey, we're here day 2 of the Hurry Up.
Okay, we have been busy, as George has just said. We have got a special guest for you guys. We've got up nice and early to welcome not only one big dog from the Chiefs. Yes, I'm saying it. But 2 big dogs. We've had Gracie Hunt and CEO and chairman of the Kansas City Chiefs, Clark Hunt. It has been a pleasure to be able to speak to these guys and get a little bit of insight on what makes them tick.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, when do you ever get to speak to a chairman and CEO who runs a team, not just any team, but a potential three-peat team? So it was great.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Okay, we have a treat for you guys. We brought out the big guns. I told you, you're going to be really, really loving this week because you know what? We have the amazing Gracie Hunt. How are you?
I'm super. How are you?
I'm fine. Well, welcome to the Hurry Up and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here with you guys today.
So how excited are you for this week? Are you nerves or are you're quite calm? You seem quite chill.
I think I'm like a 10 out of 10 excited, but then also very calm, cool, and collected simultaneously.
I'm loving it. I'm going to feed off your energy because you have me on loan for a week or so.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
Okay, right. So the question I want to ask you, because you are, as I said before, amazing, brilliant on Instagram. You are, top tier. Now the thing is that you have you started to design NFL apparel. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, I grew up on NFL sidelines, and I also grew up participating in the NFL Women's Juniors Apparel campaign from the time I was probably 12 or 13, running around playing soccer, but not modeling. But every year we'd go do this shoot in New York City because my mom and a few of the other NFL owners' wives got together, and they were just tired of cutting up their husbands' jerseys because there were not options for women. And so that was when that really started to shift. And so I grew up really just loving the evolution of fashion and decided I wanted to create pieces that I wanted on game day. I was like, well, I don't see this out here in the market. I'm frustrated. Let's do something about it. And that was really where that idea was born.
So excited.
Amazing.
Amazing,
I love a woman in fashion as well. So you're just inspiring as well, but loving what we're seeing. Yeah.
Gracie, growing up in a football family, how did the sport shape your childhood and your influence for passion in athletics?
I am so grateful for growing up playing soccer. My dad was my first coach from the time I was on the toddlers team running around kicking a ball. And I think that sports just teach you such important lessons. They teach you how to work hard with a group of people that you come from, very different backgrounds, and you work together to achieve a common goal. And it also just teaches you that it's not all about you. There's no I in team, and it helps you navigate life. And there are just so many other life skills. I was always told hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And I wasn't always naturally the most, athletically gifted, but I just learned that if you consistently put in the work, you can outwork those who aren't going to work as hard. And that's really something that's benefited me to this day.
I gotta say, that quote is one of my favorite quotes of all time. So I'm so glad you said that because I completely agree.
Gracie, so obviously your dad owns an NFL team. What aspects of his leadership and vision have impacted you both personally and professionally?
watching him lead with such humility, while also just admiring his work ethic. No one works harder than he does.
Amazing.
And I think you just feel that and you see it, and just in who he's placed in the leadership positions on the team with President Mark Donovan, Coach Reed, Brett Veach, and then on the field you've got Patrick, Travis, Chris, Harrison, all the other guys who just are incredible leaders. And I think it's about rising and know that you're made for more, and going above and beyond in what you do.
Amazing.
So you're a soccer fan, I hear, and I hear that you are a Miami fan.
Oh, well, I grew up playing soccer and love the sport. I'm so excited for the 2026 World Cup. Arrowhead's going to get some games, and we are so happy about that. And yes, when I was young, I wore number 9 playing soccer because I loved Mia Hamm.
Amazing.
I also loved Abby Wambach, and really just the U.S. women's national team players were my heroes.
Gracie, I'm going to be, I will be, making sure that you're also going to be a Liverpool fan as well. It starts now. We both wear red. We're both going to be champions this year. So I'm going to start recruiting you. It starts now.
All right. Well, I'm a little flexible on my European team, so.
I like that answer. She's flexible.
It
Dre.
means
Yes,
you could be an
yes.
Arsenal fan too. But on the note of soccer, Gracie, we're talking about soccer. Which one player from the Kansas City Chiefs do you think would make the best soccer player?
I'd have to go with Harrison Butker just because I've seen him juggle a soccer ball. My brother at training camp growing up would juggle. My brother plays soccer in college at SMU, and at training camp he'd juggle the soccer ball around with some of the special teams guys. Dustin Colquitt when he was with us, and Harrison. And so I've seen his foot skills.
He's that guy.
Gracie, thank you so much for your time with us. Honestly, we appreciate you stopping by to Hurry Up. And now you are officially part of the Hurry Up family.
That's right.
Well, I'm so grateful to be a part of the
Yes.
Hurry Up family. Thank you for having me.
Well, we told you we were bringing out the big guns, and we didn't disappoint. Like, how amazing was it to have Gracie Hunt on the show?
I'm just going to say straight away, we need more women on the Hurry Up, and having Gracie Hunt. The Gracie Hunt. Guys, if you haven't already, please go check her out on Instagram, check her out on socials. Just a beautiful human being, but also I'm loving hearing her talk about her fashion and everything as well. That was really exciting for me because it's such a hot topic now, not just in NFL but in sport. But I think just seeing the passion from her as well. Guys, I know I've been chatting all season about it, but I'm just like, okay, Chiefs, okay, I can see the appeal here now.
Yeah, I think like given everything that's potentially going to happen, it's not every day you get someone like Gracie on the Hurry Up, who is now a fully fledged member of the Hurry Up. You'll see yourself. But it was amazing. I mean, the questions that we asked and the responses she gave, she was very engaging. And to be honest, all of those answers were amazing. And I think you guys are going to see that yourself. I mean, it's just not the standard kind of stuff that you get. So when we say we got the big guns, we got the big guns.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it doesn't stop here. We promised you we're going to give you some exclusive content, and we are going to bring out someone very exclusive. We are having Chairman, CEO of the Kansas City Chiefs, Clark Hunt, appearing right here. Let's check it out. Okay, another treat for you guys. We have welcomed into our Hurry Up family the Chairman and CEO of the Kansas City Chiefs, Clark Hunt. How are you?
I'm doing great, and it is so good to be on with you guys today.
Honestly, we're so grateful. We know you're really busy. So how are you feeling this week? Are you excited, nervous, or you seem quite chill? Yourself and Gracie as well. I'm feeding off of that energy because, you have me as a bandwagon fan. So I'm with you.
Well, Super Bowl week's always exciting. There's always so many festivities throughout the week. I think over time we've learned to manage our nerves, and I'm able to do it all the way up to kickoff. But once that ball's in the air, my nerves are going to be up and down the entire game.
Clark, one thing that we always talk about is the sport itself, right? And we are sitting with you here, the CEO and chairman of the team. Talk about what it's like to manage and own this team in the Kansas City Chiefs, because as a fan of the sport, it's something that we don't really get insight into. So give us some words on that.
Well, first of all, it's a huge blessing to get to lead an organization like the Kansas City Chiefs. We have some of the best people in the National Football League, and of course that starts with our head coach, Andy Reid, incredible general manager and Brett Veach, and then the president of the club, Mark Donovan. And I love working with the three of them on all different facets of the business. They're three of the most talented executives in the league. And then, of course, from a team standpoint, having a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes is so special and really what you need to have a chance to win multiple championships. And he and Andy paired together, I think, are one of the greatest combinations of quarterback and head coach in the history of the league. So we're having a lot of fun right now. There's always a lot of work to do. Next year always rolls around faster than you would like, and it'll soon be time to start focusing on the 2025 season, but we've got some business to take care of on Sunday.
Great things to hear, absolutely.
Clark, so they say obviously that success starts from the top, and yourself and the Chiefs are, what we say in the UK, proof of the pudding of that. How do you see kind of the Chiefs and yourself kind of shaping the future for that next step? Have you allowed yourself to kind of think about what's going to happen after this weekend at all?
It's easy to want to look down the road, and I think it's really important to stay in the moment. And in fact, that's something that our coaching staff has done a great job of this year, because the discussion about the historic opportunity that we're going to have on Sunday started a year ago. I think we were still on the podium receiving the Lombardi Trophy at Super Bowl 58 when discussion of the three-peat started. And Andy, throughout the season, has gotten the guys to focus on the task at hand. That might have been the practice that day or the opponent we were playing the coming week. And because of that, we've not gotten the cart before the horse, because if you start looking down the road, it's easy to stumble. And we just managed to not do that, which is a credit to great leadership on his part. So at some point in the future, it'll be fun to look back, but we're trying to live in the moment and trying to be our best on a daily and weekly basis.
Clark, you mentioned the potential opportunity you guys have here on Sunday, and I just want to take you to that moment. You talk about the potential three-peat, which is something we haven't seen, and it would be amazing to witness. Just take me back to the moment when Patrick Mahomes was drafted to the Kansas City Chiefs. What was your thought process, and how were you feeling about that signing and what he's going to bring to the team?
The credit for that decision goes to Brett Veach, who's our general manager now. He was running our scouting department at the time, and he'd started studying Patrick a couple years before he came out. He started putting tapes on Andy Reid's desk saying, hey, you ought to look at this tape. I think this quarterback's pretty special. And eventually he sat down with me and we looked at the tape also, which is, I don't look at a lot of tape, but this was going to involve a trade where we had to move from the mid-20s up to the 10th pick to be able to get him, because we knew there were other teams that would probably select him somewhere between 11 and 15. And we put the plan together, and then we got to draft day and held our breath, and he stayed on the board all the way to that 10th pick, and we executed the trade and got him. And I remember to this day the high fives in our draft room. We were all so excited to get him. But then he had to spend some time developing. Yes. We had a really talented quarterback in Alex Smith, and Andy Reid felt it would be best for Patrick to sit and learn for a year. So we didn't really get to see what he was going to be like on the field for most of that year. But Brett periodically would send me clips from practice of Patrick doing special things. And I remember one of those he sent to me and said, hey, here's a no-look pass. I'm like, what's a no-look pass? I know what that is in basketball, but I've never heard of a no-look pass for a quarterback. But sure enough, Patrick would be looking this way and throwing the ball that way accurately. It was incredible. And then a year later, when he became the starter, he did those things on the field. And he's been an absolute magician ever since. And it's always fun to see what new thing you're going to see when Patrick Mahomes is playing a football game, because he almost literally every week does something that's special.
Magician is a great word to describe him, because that is what he does on the field.
Well, Clark, we know you are a busy man, and we do appreciate you spending time with us. And thank you so much for being now part of the Hurry Up family.
Yes.
We wish you all the luck, especially me, on Sunday. And I'm going to work on getting Clark to be a Liverpool fan because I know he's an avid soccer fan. So it's always championships winning season with us and you. So it's got to happen.
Yeah. Well, Liverpool's an incredible team, and it's so great to be on with all of you today. Thank you very much.
Right, how amazing was that? We are so fortunate to be able to spend some time with the amazing guys from the Chiefs.
Yeah, and you, Dre, you lovingly got to tell both Gracie and Clark that you were a little bandwagon Chiefs fan. You were riding high with them. So, I mean, you've got to roll with it now. You can't, there can be no flip-flopping.
I can 100% tell you I'm representing the Chiefs this week. I'm sorry, Eagles fans. I have love for you. But this week, and pretty much all season.
It's full time, boy. It's full time. There's no part time around here. Full time.
We'll get it in every day.
I was honoured, man. It feels great to be able to do something like that. Not many people can say they get to do that. Especially we're coming from the UK. We're doing it big and we're repping. So that was great, and it gives you that kind of warm and fuzzy feeling inside.
Yeah. Because I mean, especially being UK and international fans as well, sometimes all you get to experience is maybe just like the players on the field, a bit of the head coaching and everything. But being here kind of throughout the week and stuff as well, you get to actually appreciate what goes on behind the scenes of an organization. There is so much happening, and these are just little insights into it. And you kind of just feel the love for a team a little bit more. But yeah, Gracie and Clark, absolutely amazing. Hate to say it, and I've already said it once, but I'll say it again. The Chiefs organization, very nice.
Very classy people.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? As we approach a bit closer to the big game, I want to have a look at the most important position in the game for each team. I want to look at the quarterbacks.
Okay.
So, let's start off with the Eagles quarterback, Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
Give me your pros and cons that you're thinking at the moment.
That's a good one. I'm going to start with the cons. And it's weird to even say that because obviously he's a quarterback in the National Football League. He's in the Super Bowl. Can he have cons? Everybody does.
Yeah.
For me, when the pressure is on, I mean, when it's really on, and I think we spoke about this off camera. I don't know if we've seen Jalen Hurts face a extremely top-rated defense who's going to cause him concern and have to force him to throw the ball. Now, I know we've seen it in the previous game where he made passes to A.J. Brown, he made passes to Devonta Smith, but Steve Spagnuolo-led defense is a different defense.
Yeah.
And if they do shut down that run game of Saquon Barkley, then it's going to be on Hurts. So I'd say a con is potentially, can he do it with his arm? And when it comes to the pro, there's quite a lot. I mean, the guy can run the ball, which I think is going to be heavily utilized because if they do swallow up Saquon, the wheel's going to have to be given to Jalen Hurts. So I'd say that's a pro and con for Jalen.
I mean, they're really the only two, to be honest. Not much else to say, just other reiterating what Georgia said on that front there. I mean, I do like his run game. I think he's going to be utilising his legs a lot. And I think if the Chiefs do their job properly, they will be shutting down Saquon. So I think Jalen Hurts will be running the ball a lot more than we think he will be. I don't really see an issue too much with his passing game. I think he needs to make sure that he can spread the love and joy, though, around the wide receivers without focusing maybe just on one particular person. Because, again, this Chiefs defense is good, and they will double team. They will make sure they man cover the right person. So Jalen Hurts just needs to make sure that, everybody wakes up fresh, has a really nice sleep and everything. Everyone's on the A game, obviously. But yeah, I mean, Jalen Hurts running the ball, I do quite like it. And I think that's kind of what makes him stand out a little bit from the crowd as well, is the fact that he's not afraid to get down and dirty with that run game. So I'll be excited to see what he does.
I mean, it's been said that, from a lot of analysts and fans, that he panics, when, obviously, if you take away the running game, because obviously they had a heavy running game when it came to the last run for the Super Bowl. They're two stud running backs. Obviously now they got all in one.
They got
like 3-4 in one.
Got it all.
But which I expect them to do, obviously I don't think it's rocket science that the Chiefs are going to try to shut down Saquon. Do you feel that there's like a possibility that his tendency to panic, or
I think panic is the wrong word to use actually for him. I think we all need to remind ourselves he's in the National Football League. He's in the NFL. He's a pro football player. And
Everyone's got their weakness points.
No, I know, but I think panic, is just a bit too extreme of a word to maybe use. I think I'd like to see him maybe spend an extra second or so in the pocket, sit back, observe, not relax a little bit, but just kind of be confident knowing that your O-line is going to be there and kind of help protect you. I think that's like what he needs to think and adjust in his head. But and again, I kind of don't like using the word panic, but I don't think he should be panicking and trying to get the ball away too quickly, because that's when we see kind of interceptions happen. That's when we see mistakes and everything. So all it takes is just that extra second. It doesn't need to be 5, because then, the sacks then come in, but just that extra second in the pocket. And I think he should be good. But hey, at the end of the day, he's still a young QB. He does have that bit of experience under his belt already.
Yeah, he's had a run already.
With being, he was here 2 years ago. So, I'm not worried that this is kind of like, first-time nerves for him.
Yeah.
So I think, it will just take kind of that first opening drive. Hopefully he settles in and we kind of see what Jalen Hurts is capable of, because at the end of the day, he's a really good QB. Like you said though, Dre, everybody's kind of got their weaknesses. Nobody's 100% perfect. Not even Tom Brady, the GOAT, was perfect. But I'm excited to see what he can bring to the big stage on Sunday.
I think one of the things that he does his panic is funny, because his panic is opposite. Normal panic is like throw away the ball quick.
Yeah.
His panic is holding on to it.
Yeah.
And that's usually their undoing. So, just lastly on Jalen Hurts, is that something that they're going to capitalize on?
It's tricky, because the reason why he does that is because more times than not, his guys will get open. Yeah. Because if you picture the scene, and this is the Chiefs D-line, they're a ferocious D-line, so they're going to cause that pressure. If Saquon goes on an outside run, he's going to demand attention. Then let's say, Jalen Hurts starts to scramble in the pocket. He's holding on to the ball, like you say. He's thinking, who's open, who's open, who's open. The longer he can do that, the more likely Devontae Smith or Dallas Goedert, let's not forget about him, or A.J. Brown, can get open. So I understand why he does that, but can he afford to do that against this Chiefs defense? I'm not entirely sure. So it could be his undoing, but it could be the one thing that works for them. So I know, people talk about the game a lot. It's the Chiefs versus the Eagles. It's a rematch of Super Bowl 57. But it's that match for a reason, and we're going to see fireworks. So,
I mean, this is a total different game than last time. Definitely for sure. But obviously, just like then, the Chiefs' defense is elite. What we'll have to see on the other side of the of the field. Now, the man, the best quarterback currently in the NFL.
Yep.
Arguably.
He's not in the MVP race, so...
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If you take your team to the Super Bowl several times and win it several times, I think you're the best.
Right.
Now, the puzzle that is, how do you stop Patrick Mahomes?
Go for the ankles. Go for the ankles. The weakest... I'm sorry, but
I'll tell you how.
The weakest ankles
They didn't stop him last time. He was limping off and he still won.
I'll tell you how. You rush 3, you drop 8.
Yeah.
Lou Anarumo is the one guy who was able to stop not only Lamar Jackson, not only Josh Allen, but Patrick Mahomes too. Granted, this was a while ago now, but that's the only thing I've seen that worked.
You know what though? Patrick Mahomes, when he gets rushed, and then after the one sack, then suddenly little mistakes start happening, another sack will come in, and then another one. This is something actually I think Patrick Mahomes and his O-line and everything and his protectors, they do struggle with. Obviously, the confidence is there to start with, but we've seen it in games, not just this season, but previous seasons, that they've lost quite, not badly, but quite heavily is when Patrick Mahomes gets sacked and then they move back, and then you see Patrick Mahomes getting stressed. Again, not panicked or anything, but just stressed, annoyed, frustrated, and then those little things start happening. But again, we've seen Patrick Mahomes hang on to the ball for too long sometimes, and I think that could also be a little bit of his undoing.
Okay, guys, we will pause. We'll put a pause on our little analysis of the quarterbacks, and then we'll look into the other teams. We've got some other content that's taking a deeper dive into offense, defense, special teams, so forth. But you know what? I have to go. I don't know what they're going to get up to, but I trust that these guys are going to be giving you A-star content.
All right, it's a QB challenge with Bounty. Let's see how I get on. No pressure.
Pressure here on George Egator. Did you know that he used to play American football? Fun that. Can he do it? Nope. Okay. Let's go again. Oh no, see, you're trash, George. You're trash. You're losing it. Come on. Pressure, pressure. What's he gonna do? Any final words to your fans and supporters out there who came and cheered you on for this event?
I'm sorry, I will be back.